2016 Model X 75D. Let's go.
Oh!
We duck, no smoke. We die, no smoke. We duck, no smoke. We die, no smoke. We duck, we dodge, we dodge, we duck, we dodge, no smoke. We duck, no smoke.
This one is in blue, and I have it right beside my 2021 Model Y Performance, and I want to compare the 16 Model X to the 2021 Model Y. Well, more than anything, just really comparing the Model X to the Model Y, because a lot of people are considering, should they buy the X or should they buy the Y? Obviously, the first thing you notice, you see these big rear doors that are up, man. I really love these. Really love these doors, man. And you can control them right from the key fob. So let's close the right door by pressing that twice. 1, 2. Close the left door by pressing that twice. 1, 2. Doors down. Model Y, rear doors. Well, clearly you can't do the same thing in the Model Y, but there's a lot of room back here, ladies and gentlemen. I feel like the Model Y is the middle version of the Model X. Has a lot of room, a lot of leg room. I'm 6 feet tall. I fit in very well. Price point clearly is different in the Model Y. This particular Model Y is the performance model with the 21-inch wheels, Brembo brakes, lowered suspension, carbon fiber spoiler, 0 to 60, 3.5 seconds. Now let's take a look at, as we approach the Model X. Now, when you approach your Model X, you can have it set for the door to come open automatically, or you can just push this forward part here. Door pops open. Look at that. And once inside, you gotta be careful, because once you press the brake, look at there, the door is gonna close, just like that. And you have all your controls right here on your center console for the front trunk, the rear trunk, your doors, your rear doors. Now, what you don't see right now, if it feels like the car is not going to be able to open the doors, this will flash a little bit. Matter of fact, let's get a little bit closer to the Model Y, and then we'll see exactly what, I'll show you what I mean. I'll show you exactly what I mean, because we're going to get really close to it, and it's going to say, hey, we can't open the door because you're too close. All right, let's get a little bit closer. There we go. Now, you see, it's saying, hey, we can't open the door. We cannot open the door. And a lot of people have that question, can I open the door? Or what situation would I may end up hitting somebody with the door? And I'm gonna have to say that that's more likely not gonna happen, because it's gonna tell you, and it's not going to. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and try to open. It's not gonna go past where it believes it can go. And the door did not fully open. Let's hop out and take a look. Let's hop out. And you can see how close I am. I mean, I got a hand space in here. Hand space. The door did not open all the way, as you can see, because we're very close to a car, a parked car. But there's also, if you came out and said, hey, you know what, I do believe that I can clear this area, there is the manual override here. This button here, you can just pop that up. And as you can see, the door continued to go up to full extension. Went all the way up to full extension with the manual override. I think that's a good feature, honestly. Close it. All right, let's compare the trunks, baby. Model X trunk, very high clearance. Now it does look like it's less space here, obviously, because there is a third row in the Model X, and yes, there is a Model Y with a third row, but I don't think it's a third row, to be honest.
Got
I
it!
wouldn't sit back there. But let's take a look at the trunk space in the Model Y. Plenty with the seats up. We're talking about seats up trunk space. I love this hidden compartment here. Plenty of space there, and this is very deep as well. A lot of space down in there. And of course the two side storage areas as well. And of course, these seats do fold down. Model X, yes, those seats fold down as well. And that's where you're going to get more space when you're not in third row capacity. Very deep. Very deep. And you got your 12 volt back here, of course. A lot of space. A lot of space. Now, we're traveling with mom, dad, 2 kids, mom, dad, 4 kids. Now, we're going out of town. How much space are we going to need?
Boy, if you don't...
Are we going to need? Now, obviously, if we're talking about 6 people, we're not going to get 6 people in this configuration of the Model Y. Okay, mom, dad in the front, 3 in the back at the most. And even with the third row on the Model Y, I mean, it's literally you're sitting in the trunk. I mean, and that is a low sloping roof space. You know, go check out some of those videos and you'll see exactly what I mean. So I would say with the seats up, the Model Y has a tremendous amount more trunk space with the seats up. Tremendous amount more. Remember, the side pockets and the 2 deep pockets of storage there. So the Model Y wins on that. Now, obviously, if you're traveling and you don't need the third row, then yeah, you can lay these seats down. You can lay these seats down and do your thing, and you have plenty of space, probably just as much space as the Model Y if you were to lay these seats down. But now let's talk front trunk space. All right, let's talk front, baby. Front trunk space. Here is your Model X. Man, literally it goes as wide as the vehicle is. That's pretty much how your front space is gonna go. This is pretty deep here. Pretty deep. A lot of space in that front space of the Model X. Model Y front space. It's deep. Of course, it's not as wide because the vehicle is not as wide, but it is sufficient space to put a few bags in, grocery getting, you name it. I mean, I've been to the grocery store plenty of times and I generally don't even go to the trunk. I usually just put everything in the front, except for the eggs and the bread. Y'all know how that goes. Now, this right here, the Model X, man, you can just do your whole grocery list and probably put your eggs and bread over here on one side and still have plenty of room to put all your other bags. It is a tremendous amount of front space. So I would have to say the winner of the front space, who has the advantage in front space, would be your Model X. And maybe that's a good thing because the trunk space was considerably less because of the third row configuration. So with that added front space, I think it can level out when you're traveling with 6 individuals in your Model X. Now let's take a look at rear seat room, the second row room. Now obviously the Model Y only has a second row, but let's see how I fit in each vehicle. It's plenty of room space, like my knees, my feet. I don't feel cramped. I don't feel cramped at all. You can see it's plenty. And I'm 6 feet tall again, and there's plenty of space. I don't feel cramped at all. And that's that feeling you want when you're traveling, especially for long distance. You don't want to feel like, hey, you know, I'm cramped, you know, or if you're claustrophobic, you know, I'm kind of a claustrophobic kind of person, so I don't like to travel that way. And this does not give you that claustrophobic feeling at all. Hopping out of the vehicle, I mean, I'm 6 feet tall. Look at there. That's probably about to 6'4". About 6'4", your head still is not gonna touch it. 6'4", your head probably still won't touch it unless you got on some boots. You know, and if you got on some boots with some big heels on them, that's do your thing. I ain't mad at you, but you should be okay.
Got it!
6 feet tall, not even a word. Standing straight up, that's just a completely different experience, man, than getting out of a normal car or a normal SUV or a normal van. And even the looks you get, like before I started doing this review out here in my driveway, you know, I had a couple, you know, neighbors just say, hey, you know, what's y'all got new Tesla? You know, I'm like, no, we just, you know, checking this one out, you know, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But we may be looking at purchasing a Model X. But let's hop in the Model Y in the back seat and see the comparison of the room. 6 feet tall, once again, 6 feet tall. Plenty, when I tell you, this is even more leg room. Yes, it's a smaller vehicle. It's even more leg room. I mean, I almost feel like I'm laying straight down on a bed. My legs are, look at that, my legs are all the way under the seat. Because under the seat, it's a cutout. Fancy shoes are. It's a cutout under here, and I can go all the way under there. I think that's amazing. And considerably more headroom. Like it's not even close. Yeah, so plenty, when I tell you plenty of headroom and that beautiful all glass roof, I mean, I don't even know how you can compare that to any vehicle unless you have a beautiful all glass roof, then I guess you could compare it. But if you don't, you can't. Plenty of leg room, 6 feet tall. Plenty of headroom, 6 feet tall. And you're not sitting right beside your passenger. You got your cup holders in here. This is my side of the armrest. You ain't got to fight over the armrest. They should be on that side. Plenty of comfortable space. Even with the door closed, it's not a thick door to where you feeling constricted. You know, this door, it has almost like a cutout, an indentation. I mean, they saved a lot of space and a lot of room by designing the door that way, in my opinion. Because you got some doors where when you close the door, now you jammed into the car. You close both doors, and if you got 3 people back here, you squeeze in here. But you have the same room. I have the same room with the door open as I do with the door closed. All right, let's check out and compare the front seat of the X and the Y. All right, it's plenty of front seat space in my opinion. Again, 6 feet tall. Now, of course, being in the front, you know, the roof is obviously sloping down, and you still don't feel constricted. You still don't feel like, you know, you're in a two-seater. You still don't feel like if you're claustrophobic like me, you don't feel constricted in any kind of way, is what I'm trying to say. Plenty of room, again, plenty. I think that's the word of the day. Plenty of space, leg-wise, head-wise, and these seats are very comfortable. My wife told me that we test drove a black one before we bought. We test drove one with black interior before we bought this one with the white interior, and she said that those seats were more comfortable for some reason. I don't know. Tesla, are the black seats more comfortable than the white seats? If you got any information on that, or if you're watching this video, drop in the comment section, man. If you know for a fact that the black seats are more comfortable than the white seats, so that's what it is. Plenty of room. Let's go over to the Model X and see how it compares out. All right. So now this is gonna be interesting. Now I just hopped, and you got to do this immediately. Not like you can't do this one day, do the Y, and the next day do the X. You got to hop out of one and hop right into the other, so you have your immediate feeling of, is it the same or is it different? And immediately once I hop in, I have less leg room. Now, we do know that there is a larger front on this vehicle than on the Model Y. Not just in width, but in depth, and the front to back width as well. My knees are bent. My knees were not bent in the Y. And let me go ahead and say this before somebody say something. No, my seat was not all the way back in the Y. I heard you. Well, your seat was all the way back in gangster lean mode. No, it was not. This seat is not all the way up either. But to give the person behind me decent room, I think this is enough space, and my knees still are bent. In the Y, my knees were not bent as much. They were not bent as much. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I hadn't noticed that. You know, I've driven this one, I've ridden in this one, in the X, and obviously I drive the Y and I ride in the Y, but I had never noticed how much less space it is in the front passenger side and obviously the front driver side. That's interesting. For this to be a bigger vehicle, to have less leg room in the front. Now, this less leg room, is it an issue? No, it's not an issue. I'm just saying it's a considerable difference from getting out of the Y into getting in here. Am I comfortable with my knee bend? Yeah. I'm still comfortable. But I was just more comfortable in the Y. Comfortable, super comfortable. I'm not uncomfortable. Word of the day, comfortable in all its various forms of using the word comfortable. So the Model Y wins in the front seat space. In my opinion, the Model Y wins in the front seat space. To do a recap of this video comparing the Model X to the Model Y, and yes, this is a 2016 75D. This is a 2021 Model Y Performance Edition. All right. Front seat, the winner, Model Y. More leg room. Okay, nothing wrong with the leg room here. Extra comfortable. Rear seat, the Model Y wins as well, with more head space and more leg space to put your feet almost all the way under the passenger seat or the driver's seat. Winner again. Access, getting out of the rear doors, I think y'all already know who won that one. The Model X wins that one. When those Falcon doors go up, man, it's absolutely crazy. It draw a lot of attention, and you can just walk straight out, standing straight, 6 feet tall, up to 6'4" in my opinion. You better walk straight out with no problem. Trunk space. The trunk space with all seats up. Trunk space with all seats up, the Model Y is the winner again. Has considerably more trunk space, deep pocket, 2 left side pockets that the Model X does not have with the seats up. Seats down, the winner, Model X. With the seats down, it's a longer vehicle, and when you put that third row down, it is considerably a lot more room than your Model Y. Okay? Front space, the winner, Model X. Considerably wider front space, deeper front space as well. Now, which vehicle is better for the price point? We're gonna have to go with the Model Y. This is a 2021 Model Y Performance, which with the black exterior paint, $1,000 upgrade, $1,000 upgrade for the white interior, checking in around $66,000, $66,500 or so. If you were to get a 2021 Model X, doesn't matter whether it's long range or the new Plaid, you're already at $100,000. You're already at $100,000, and you can get 5 family members in here, mom, dad, and 3 kiddos in the back. That's the choices you're going to have to make. So if money's not an object, based on what I reviewed, you can make your own decision. Money's an object. You don't even have to get the Model Y in performance. You can get the Model Y long range and save you about $7,000 or so. So the decision is yours, man. But make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to this Tesla channel, man. I appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next time.
We duck, no smoke. We die, no smoke. We duck, no smoke. We die, no smoke. We duck, we dodge, we dodge, we duck, we dodge, no smoke. We duck, no smoke.